In 2015, there was a time when I had to share my testimony of hell. And then because I know it's always, let me tell you, it's always so very offensive. So when I'm sharing my testimony of hell, and then I share about how Jesus showed me a Muslim man who was in hell, or I share about how Jesus showed me a woman who was in hell for fornication, people are so comfortable with all those things because those are the things that the church has embraced as sin. But the church has ignored that worldliness is a sin as well. So when I didn't share that part about outward holiness, Jesus rebuked me. And from then, that was 2015, up to now, 2022, anywhere I share my testimony, I always have to make sure I share even about outward holiness. Because Jesus showed me that people are going to hell for this. When I went back to that church where I didn't share about outward holiness, and when I went back there and Jesus told me, you need to share it today because there's someone who's going to die and they're going to go to hell because they're using the artificial wigs, the artificial hair. They're using the wigs. It doesn't matter if it's wigs you braid or you sew in or whatever, as long as it's not your hair. Artificial hair, artificial eyelashes, artificial nails, you painting with the eyebrow pencil, like you remove your eyebrows that Jesus gave you and then you paint with an eyebrow pencil, or you use lipstick, you use all those things, you put foundation, or you use makeup on your face, painting your nails, anything in that class. Jesus hates all those things, I can assure you. Jesus told me very clearly. I know so many women of God whom, after spending so much time in God's presence, Jesus had to tell them, because when you're far away from Jesus, there's no way that you are going to know what he likes and what he doesn't like. But the very moment when you start to draw near, because all those things that you're doing, they are repelling you from the Lord, because he hates them. So how can he come so close to you? And so because he wants to bring you into an even deeper intimacy, then he begins to tell you to say, I don't like these things that you're putting on your face. I don't like makeup. Jesus hates it. And you know why he hates it? I'm going to explain in detail. The Old Testament, it was a shadow of what was coming. The Old Testament is full of symbols that God was trying to use to show us something. Eliezer went to go and look for a bride for Isaac. And when he found Isaac's bride, he adorned her with jewelry to beautify her for her husband. That was in the Old Testament. But then you come to the New Testament, where the Bible says, don't adorn yourselves with these things. Instead, beautify yourself beautify the inner man. Because not that God is against beauty, but God is against fake beauty. He's not against beauty, but he's against fake beauty, because he already created you fearfully and wonderfully. You get satisfied with how God created you to beautify yourself for your husband the way Esther did in the New Testament. You live in holiness. He's not concerned about you like adorning yourself in all these things. It's not going to make you beautiful to him. It's actually going to sway your heart away from him. Be content with how God created you. But because Satan hates God so much, you know what he did? He went and created a certain fake image, an image of a fake human. Like everything about you has to be fake. Your nails are not good enough, put these fake ones. Your eyelashes are not good enough, put these fake ones. Your eyebrows are not good enough, put these fake ones. This color on your lips is not good enough, put this. Your hair is not good enough, here's a wig or a weave, or here's artificial hair. And then he conforms you to his image. Yet God created you to his image, but Satan wants you to be in his image. So you're changing from God's image to Satan's image, and it's very, very, very distasteful to Jesus, I have to tell you. And people are going to hell for this. You're being vain. You think the way God created you was not good enough. You want to conform to the world. But Jesus says you need to be separate from the world.